How is everyone doing today? Welcome to a Monday market update. I'm going to crack straight into the news. I am going to hit XRP over the head with a sledgehammer. I know the XRP army is going to be triggered by that. But congratulations, first of all, for this really nice pump from 16th of May up to this point. It's been a 30% rise, give or take. Now, I know there's some news out there in the realm about, possible positive news regarding SEC losses and all that. But if we're just looking at the pure technical on the chart, it is printing something which, if you are an ex-mastermind, if you've been in that course before, you know I absolutely love to trade, and that is a bullish divergence or bearish divergence, and you can dive into hidden and all that kind of stuff. But it shows you when price is divergent from momentum. So when either bulls or bears are weakening, but price is showing you something else. One is lagging and one's going to catch up eventually. And that's what I'm seeing with XRP here. This is just one of the most obvious bearish divergences I've ever seen. And there are lots. And it's funny how it plays out again and again. And right now it looks quite nice because price hasn't fallen over yet. So you can get in front of these things. So just let me explain on the chart and I'll show you what I mean. So this is on the 4 hour. It's also showing on the daily. The 4 hour gives you a little bit more clarity, a bit more granularity. And you can go up to daily, weekly and all that. But if we just have a look here, if I just draw a trend line, the second peak is higher than the last. So great work. Price action is pushing higher. This will gather a lot of FOMO as well. You see that second peak, you're like, oh, yes, let's just barrel in and buy, even go long and leverage, long your longs, and think it's going, all the way up to this next price point, almost at 60 cents. But if you know what to look for, you have a look at the momentum here, and I'm looking at the RSI. Second peak is higher. Again, so that looks really positive. But if you look here, this first peak made a really nice extended peak on the RSI at 90. But where is that second peak? All the way down here. That's at 69.70. So price action is divergent from momentum. So bulls have weakened heavily. That second peak is much lower than the first, but price action is having that almost last exuberant move higher. Do not like that at all. That is a great sign for me to either go short or to exit a position that you have in a crypto, just spot investing or trading on the shorter term time frame. So divergences are so important. Do not get married to a crypto. If you see these sort of things happen on charts, it's best to get educated about it and go from there. But yeah, pretty strong divergence. All right, let's pop on over to Bitcoin. Now on this chart, you'll notice I've got a plan A and a plan B. You always want to have a plan for the up or the down. If price is trading in no man's land, you just have to have a broader picture of where things are going. Don't panic. Don't just buy because you think you should be. You really need to work out where the key resistance and support levels are and go from there. Now, right now, it's very obvious to me that we're still in no man's land. We're stuck in this mini range in a larger range. We can't quite get back above this horizontal white line here where a ton of this volume is. It's providing pretty heavy resistance above. We ran straight to the 50 daily moving average there and just got punted all the way back down to the 100. That's not what you want to see. It's clear that this is a strong level of contention. What I don't like as well is we keep butting back down to that 100. And each time it does something like that, it's getting weaker and weaker and weaker. I do not want to lose this on the daily. It's trying to actually bounce here off that 100, which is nice, and get back into that 20. But if it finds resistance on this blue line here up against this 20 and also the horizontal, just have to be very wary that we could see another move into the lower 26,000s and, these support levels 25,000. But so far, we are just coming back down to retest the 200-week moving average, which sits at 26,000. It's probably rising a little bit now, which is nice. But there it is, that big old red line there at 26. Okay, so it's gone a bit higher, 26,400. So each day, each week, this continues to go on. The 200-week moving average just continues to climb higher, and it is a huge area of support. You can see how long we're underneath it. We crossed it down here. We're under it with FTX, so almost that overshoot to the downside, and then we broke it back above it, and now we're coming back down and retest it. So for a broader term time horizon, if you're a longer term investor, this is exactly what you want to see. You want to see us actually come back down and test some of these supposed key support levels and actually make sure they're strong, and they're going to test your emotionality as well. So again, longer term investing really takes the cake here. Just broadly, everything is set up perfectly for the halving that comes next year. So just keep that in mind. All right, Litecoin, I've been covering it a ton lately. If you've been watching my altcoin Bibles, masterminds, you know how bullish I've been on Litecoin. This is pretty typical of Litecoin in its move higher where we've just seen a bit of an over exuberance move into resistance overhead. Then we have a pretty significant dump, but then the strength comes back in. That's what I want to see here. And ultimately, this is just a higher low. So this was a low here, higher low, just making higher highs. The trend is very, very clear to me. Unfortunately, couldn't make it all the way to 100 that first time, so that's some serious resistance above. But slowly but surely, these momentum indicators are beginning to turn. The stock RSI looks fairly bottomy here. The RSI doesn't yet, but it could be just bouncing here and making a high low. We just don't know, but it's come back down to that 50 moving average there at support. I could see it come down a little lower. That would be really good to sort of flush everyone out a little bit, 91. But just broadly, we're setting up nicely for that run into the halving as long as nothing trips us up. All right, moving into my last point, guys. Atomic Wallet has been hacked. Tens of millions have been lost already, according to Like Davis. I've seen this around a bit as well. Using this wallet, move your funds ASAP if you still have anything left. This is just highlights the importance of using a hardware wallet. Something we cover in our course ad nauseum. That one of the founding pillars before you even start buying and selling crypto is to set yourself up with a hard wallet, so you are protecting yourself and you're keeping minimal funds on either a software wallet or exchanges. The risk is just so great out there. If the last 12 months hasn't proven that to you, then maybe you shouldn't be investing in this market, honestly. You really want to protect yourselves as best as possible with a hardware wallet and stop relying on software wallets like Atomic Wallet. I've never used it myself, so I could be missing something here, but this just reeks to me of another software wallet, which people take way too much liberties with. They go in and you store all their meme coins on, or some Bitcoin and whatnot. They get a bit overconfident and they just leave it there, forget about it, and then it gets hacked and they lose it. So really, really essential you protect yourself, guys. If you want to learn more about that, make sure to click the link below, talk to one of the team. But apart from that, have a great day, stay safe, and we'll chat again on Wednesday for the Altcoin Bible. Have a great day. Bye.